Shalom. Shalom. Shalom, man. What's good, YouTube? No funny business today, now. Alright, no funny business today. Shalom, man. Shalom, man. Getting into it. Why? We ain't gonna play these games today, man. We ain't gonna play. I lose internet now. I lose internet. As soon as I go live, Facebook, I'm losing internet. I'm losing internet, Facebook. As soon as I go live, I'm losing internet. I've been having internet this whole time. I've been bumping music off my computer this whole time. That's running off the Wi-Fi. What's really going on? What you really trying to do? Come on. Come on. Just come on out with it. Just be truthful in what you trying to do. You know, you might as well. You know, man, like, dude, look, here they go again. How lose the internet? Hey, YouTube, hey, tell your brother to stop bugging, or your little sister, or your big sister, whatever. Hey, tell them to stop bugging, man. All right, stop bugging, man. Man, why y'all always gotta mess with me? I don't got nobody following. I don't got no large followers. This ain't Young Pharaoh. Huh? What's going on, man? Come on, man. Hey, keep mess. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's not do this. Why? House wants to know why y'all keep messing with my joint, man. Hey, bro. Hey, my beloved brother Scotty, man. Hey, how I'm looking on Facebook, man? They keep telling me that I'm on and I'm off. Wow. Okay. Let me shut off my Wi-Fi. Let me shut off my Wi-Fi then. Let me shut that off. All right. So what internet connection do I need now? I should be running on my data. Stop playing with me, man. Why y'all playing with me? Y'all gonna die anyway. Stop playing with me, man. Dang, man. Ain't got no type of following or nothing. But y'all sit here, go bother somebody else's channel, man. Go monitor somebody else's shit. Damn. Yeah, they ugly as hell, man. Why the hell is it echoing? It shouldn't even be echoing. For what? Damn. Dude. All right. I'm gonna go off and come back on. Bro. This shit retarded, man. Let's do one of these. Yeah, I'm restarting the phone and everything, my guy. I'm restarting the phone and everything. I'm gonna come back in on live on the book, man. Retard. Hey, they must know. Yeah, they must know. They must know, dog. They must know. Yeah, this breakdown right here about to be lethal, dog. Mm-hmm. This breakdown about to be lethal, dog. And they know it. Yeah, they know it. They feel it in their bones. Yeah. They know, man. Hey, we ain't about to play with them, family. We ain't about to play with them either. Yeah, we ain't about to play with them either. I'm gonna be covering a couple of topics. A couple of topics on this right here, man. Let me see. We covering a couple of topics on here, fam. All right, I'm back in. This will be considered a cool day out here in Arizona. It's 100 degrees. That's a cool day. Usually by this time right now, it'll be like 113 degrees out this mug, man. Especially around like 4 o'clock and whatnot. All right. So we're going. Let's do this again, Facebook. Let's do this again. Let my live be, man. Let my live be, man. Let my live be. Stop messing with me. All right. So we gonna get into the thick of things, man. This apocalypse of Daniel, the apocalypse of Daniel, and this pseudepigrapha, volume 1, the apocalyptic literature and testament, volume 1. You see that? That's what we going with. The apocalypse of Daniel in this bad boy right here. And we gonna get it all, man. And only the movers can follow through. And what I mean by the movers, the ones that can read through the garbage. You know what I'm saying? The ones that could finesse they ways through the channels. All right, through the blockage. Through the blockage. Man, boy, this Sibylline Oracles. I had something down that I wanted to bring out, and I pray that the Most High Power let me bring that out, man, because it was beautiful. In the Sibylline Oracles, but right now, man, you know what, I'm gonna get to it. Okay, here we go. Never mind. Okay. And what was the one before? Shalom, man. Shalom, y'all. Children of the true and living power. We're gonna get it all the way. All the way. All right, I'm gonna just start right here. And let me get that right there. Okay. Now this is this Sibylline Oracles, book 2. And we got the rule of Egypt, right? That's why I want to bring out real quick. The rule of Egypt. Okay, the rule of Egypt in the Sibylline Oracles. Now, what we're going to do, in case y'all forgot, because I went over this before, we are going to break down what that means. The Sibylline Oracles. We're going to break that down, right? Okay, all right, what it means. So let's do this real quick. What is Sibylline definition? Sibylline, right? It means relating to or characteristics, right? Relating to or characteristics of a Sibylline, prophetic and mysterious. Okay? One glimpse, uttering Sibylline predictions of wail and woe, right? Okay. Now that's Sibylline, right? Now let's go to Sibyl. What does Sibyl mean? What does Sibyl mean? Sibyl, right? Sibyl. Y'all see that on my crack phone right here? See what that means? You can see that? You see what Sibyl means right there? You see that? It says, a woman in ancient times supposed to utter the oracles and prophecies of a power. And they say of a god, right? A woman able to foretell the future. Right. This is where the Matrix get the oracle from. See? See how they put things right in your face? Because it's cosmetic laws for them to do so. So throughout all their lies that they feed us, they gotta utter out truth within those lies. They gotta put truth in plain sight, and then they dump a whole bunch of trash upon it. You know what I'm saying? To make you be like, it ain't. This is why people have so much problems and trouble with discernment with the Bible itself, let alone these other books. Yeah. If you can't really, if you can't navigate and move through the Bible, don't bother with the other books, man. I'm just saying. Because the other books will really throw you for a loop if you can't navigate and move. So I got the movers with me, man. Nehemiah. Turn that down, my boy. All right. Not so loud, okay? Okay, the rule of Egypt, right? The Sibylline oracles, meaning what? A woman is trying to say the Holy Spirit, huh? Ruach Kodesh, huh? Because she would know. Yeah. That'll be the woman to know. Yeah. First, Egypt will receive royal dominion, outstanding and just. First, Egypt will receive royal dominion, outstanding and just. Hmm? What does it mean right here? Well, I'm going to go to the tail end of things in the second volume of this book that I'm reading out of. Okay, this is the second volume. And this is how the story ends with Joseph in the Senate, right? Because the first stages of Egypt, it began with who? You know who this is, right? The fam already know. Lighthouse Squad already know. So this is what it is. For we read already in the records, in the accounts of the story of Joseph, that Gabriel told Joseph he would have to be the first to endure Egypt, right? Therefore, his house will follow suit. Like father, like son. In this case, like father and his children. His children is going to suffer the same thing. So, in the story of Joseph, right, you have Pharaoh who fell in love with him. And if you thinking some, off the wall stuff when I say that, you know what I'm saying? You don't belong here. Your mind is carnal. So Pharaoh fell in love with Joseph because there was something about him, right? Let's see. What did the 12 tribes know about Joseph? What did the 12 tribes know about Joseph? We're going to get it. Okay. Trying to find it in this record. Bear with me. Find it. Here it is. Yeah, I'm gonna give you this part, then I'm gonna skip to the end of the story. Right? I just want to give you this part. All right, so what we got going on here is Pharaoh's son is trying to take over his father's kingdom. And in doing so, he is cooking up a device, right? He's scheming not only on his father, but against Joseph, because Joseph is with the woman that he is lusting for. He's in all type of wrongs right here. You know what I'm saying? He want to kill his father. he want to take another man's wife. So he all type of messed up, man. So his ignorance and he's so naive and like insane at this point, right? To where he calls Levi and Simeon to do his bidding, right? So we in the story right here where it says, right here. And Pharaoh's son sent messengers and called to him Simeon and Levi, and the man came to him and stood before him. And Pharaoh's firstborn son said to them, I know today that you are a powerful man beyond all men on the earth. And by these right hands of yours, the city of Shechemites has been overthrown. Right? And by these two swords of yours, 30,000 fighting men were cut down, and behold, today I will take you as companions for myself, and give you plenty of gold and silver, and servants and maids, and houses and big estates as inheritance. Now, let me stop right here and let me say this. So right from the jump, you see that it's a certain pattern that the adversary of the Most High continues to do throughout time. Continues to do it within time. The pattern of how he moves it repeats itself. All right, it's a constant cycle of chaos, and he's repetitive with this motion, relentless. All right, and what it is he always know that he needs the divine help. He always needs the divine help of the Most High. All right, so keep that in mind throughout this this breakdown, man. Keep that in mind. All right. Just keep that in mind throughout this breakdown. He's always in need of that, because there's nothing he can do without it. We gotta mess up first. We gotta open that gate. We gotta allow him in. The send off spirit. All right. And houses and big estates as inheritance. Only do this thing and show mercy on me, for I have been insulted very much by your brother Joseph. for he himself took Asenath, my envisage wife, I think that's what it says, who was bothered to me, betrothed, broth to me. That's what it says from the beginning. And now come assist me, and we will make war on Joseph, your brother. So he lying right there from the gate. All right. And I will kill him with my sword, and have Asenath for my wife, and you will be to me brothers and faithful friends. If you are too cowardly to do this thing and despise my purpose, behold, my sword is prepared against you. And while he was saying this, he exposed his sword and Negro activity right here. This happened to me in real time. You know, that's flexing, man. That's how Negroes do. You if you know, you know. If you grew up in those parts, you know, or had a time where, because that's what it's always been about. And they have what we would call the pole, you know, ain't nothing new. So what is he showing, right? While he talking his mess, he's showing that he got a strap, as if they ain't, right? Ain't nothing new, man. But people want to, they give too much power to the adversary, man, and think that the adversary did these things and make this up. The adversary can't make up shit. Right? But when the man, right, Simeon and Levi heard these words, they were exceedingly cut to the heart, because Pharaoh's son has spoken to them in tyrannical, right, tyrannical fashion. And Simeon was a daring and bold man, and he intended to lay his hands on the handle of his sword, right, and draw it from his seat and strike Pharaoh's son, because he has spoken defiant things to them. And Levi saw the intention of his heart, because Levi was a prophet, and he was sharp-sighted with both his mind and his eyes, and he used to read what is written in the heart of man. Why do you think Levi is close to the Most High? These are the gifts and the talents that the Most High gave unto Levi, the one that never leaves his side, right? And Levi tried with his foot, right? He tried with his foot on Simeon's right foot and pressed it, and thus signaled him to cease from his wrath. And Levi said to Simeon quietly, why are you furious with anger with this man? And we are men who worship power, and it does not benefit us to repay evil for evil. And Levi said to Pharaoh's son with frankness, right, his face cheerful, and there was not the least bit of anger in him, but in meekness of heart he said to him, why doeth our Lord speak words such as these? And we are men who worship power. You see what I just read in the beginning right here? Because his father even honored power. So that's why Levi and Simeon is speaking to him in this way. Like, Negro, don't you know better? Huh? You smoking on that special crack today? So I know. Your old man didn't put you up on game. Yeah, about our power. Yeah, he didn't. He been told you. So why are you talking crazy outside of your neck? This is what's going on. right? And we are men who worship power, and our Father is a friend of the Most High power. Mhm. And Joseph, our brother, is like the firstborn son of God. He's like the firstborn son of power. You see? So they already knowing at this point who Joseph is. Definitely Levi. This is Levi speaking. Levi the prophet. Levi the one that got the eye. Levi can see. What did he just say about Joseph? You catch that? See how people need to know these things, man. How many of our people know that Joseph is the son of the Most High? The begotten son of the Most High. Joseph. How many people knew that? I didn't know that. Even when I came into this truth, I didn't know that. When power decided to wake me up, I didn't know that. This is why he tell us to seek him diligently. That's a commandment. You think they was really going, you know what I'm saying? And to anybody who's trying to say or try to downplay this, you a fool. You a fool. And I'll be praying for you on the day of judgment. All right. So you got Levi saying that, right? And he says, and how could we do this wicked thing and sin before our power and before our father Israel and before our brother Joseph? You see that order? Did you catch the order Levi just dropped on this fool? You see the ranking of Joseph? Who could he be? Come on, man. So we knowing these things, man. Why you think they took these books out? Why these pseudepic? Why these stories been taken out? Because Joseph links back to this land and these people of this land, the indigenous people of this land, is Joseph's trail back to here. All right? Joseph's trail is back here in these lands. This is why they took it out. And now listen to my words. It does not befit a man who worships power to injure anyone in any way. And if anyone wants to injure a man who worships power, that first mentioned man who worships power does not secure him, right? The injurer, because a sword is not in his hands. And you at least guard against speaking any longer about our brother Joseph words such as these. But if you insist on this wicked purpose of yours, behold, our swords are drawn in our right hands before you. And Simeon and Levi drew their swords from their seat and said, behold, have you seen these swords? With these two swords, the maker power punished the insult of the Shechemites, by which they insulted the sons of Israel because of our sister Dinah. You never say her name right. Who Shechem, the son of Hamor, had defiled. And the sons of Pharaoh saw their swords drawn and saw exceedingly afraid and trembled over his whole body, because their swords were flashing forth something like a flame of fire. And the eyes of Pharaoh's son darkened, and he fell on his face on the ground beneath their feet. And Levi stretched out his right hand and grasped him and said to him, "Rise and do not be afraid. Only guard against speaking any longer a wicked word about our brother Joseph." And Simeon and Levi went away from the presence of Pharaoh's son. See that? The original 12 disciples that was around, the real, the real, not that false prophet. So we're going to go to the end, right? To the end of this story. And it says this. And on the third day, Pharaoh's son died from the wound caused by the impact of the stone of Benjamin, the boy. Benjamin went hand, protecting the zenith. They tried to ambush, bringing everything up to speed right now. They tried to ambush Joseph's wife. And she had Benjamin with her. And he was 18 years old. Big old swole boy. Right? The young lion. And was throwing stones. And didn't miss not one adversary, not one foe that was against and trying to ambush Asenath. Pure accuracy. Right? And it says, and Pharaoh mourned exceedingly for his firstborn son. And from the morning he fell ill. And Pharaoh died at 109 years and left his diadem to Joseph. And Joseph reigned as king in Egypt for 48 years. And after this, he gave the diadem to Pharaoh's younger offspring. You see that? This is why love you too, big bro. Most get the story confused, man. They get it mixed up with Egyptian, Egyptian teaching and Hebraic, right? Teaching. And some will say, "Oh, the Hebrews, the Jews, they fighting off for Egypt, or Egypt is fighting." This is why. Now Joseph is a full-blown Hebrew. He learned the tongue of the Egyptians in all nations. But that was to show Egypt the righteous path, right? That was the Most High being merciful through his begotten, showing great mercy. This is why in the story of Moshe in the wilderness, you had the angel right? The lawyer for Pharaoh, who was an angel, still a creature of the Most High, coming to the Most High, telling the Most High, how you going to destroy what you made? You see? So they know. All nations know. All nations know. All nations got a chance. He did it before. And like it's spoken of in the book of Zechariah, he's going to do it again. For his mercy endured forever. So it's going to happen again. All nations are going to get a chance at knowing who's the Most High, who is his son, who is his people, who is his children. So he says, and Joseph reigned as king in Egypt for 48 years. And after this, he gave the diadem to Pharaoh's younger offspring, who was at the breast when Pharaoh died, and Joseph was like a father to Pharaoh's younger son in the land of Egypt all the days of his life. So when we read, get this real quick. How Moshe was well aware it says Moshe was he grew up in the courts of Egypt. So he was already in the know of Joseph. Because Pharaoh's son was raised by Joseph himself. You think the only begotten son of the Most High wasn't putting a child that he adopted father to the fatherless? Rings a bell? Don't that scripture come to mind when I just read to you? Father of the fatherless. Who is that? He was like a father figure to many nations. Many nations came unto him. So this is why it says right here, the rule of Egypt in the Sibylline oracles. The first Egypt will receive royal dominion, outstanding and just. Then many counseling men will govern in her, but then a terrible man will rule. A very mighty skirmisher, meaning a schemer. Somebody's always plotting on others' demise. A schemer. His name will have the letter of acrostic swords. Hmm? Will he extend against pious man, righteous man, while he wields power, right? This great sign will be in the land of Egypt. In great glory, she will then feed the corn people who are perishing by famine. The same man, prisoner and judge, prisoner, the same man, prisoner and judge will nurture the east. Who? Who is this man? He was a prisoner and then he became a judge in the land of Egypt. Who could this be? Read that again. While he wields power or wields power, this great sign will be in the land of Egypt. In great glory, she will then feed with corn. Who is feeding people with corn? Who are perishing by famine. This is Genesis. The same man, prisoner and judge, will nurture the east in the race of Assyrian man. Know his name of the measure of the 10th number. And it gives you Genesis 39 and 41 for a precept. But when the affliction of 10 plagues come upon Egypt from shining heaven, then I will again proclaim these things to you. Woe to you, Memphis! Woe, great kingdom! Then, when the people of 12 tribes are bidden by the immortal, leave the fruitful plain of destruction. Okay? And power himself, the prince gives a law to man. Then the prince give the law to man, and then a great spirited king will rule the Hebrews, one who has a name from sandy Egypt. What is this? What are you talking about? The prince, and then the king. A prince will give the law to man. Who's the prince? Who is the king? A man falsely thought to have the. Set up this word. Yeah, I was waiting on this one. We're gonna see what this is about, right? In this crack phone. THEEES. The bis or the bees, right? It says, known to the ancient Egyptian as Waset, was an ancient Egyptian city located along the Nile, about 800 kilometers south of the Mediterranean. Its ruins lie within the modern Egypt city of Luxor. Right? We already know what they did. We know where Egypt at. Yeah. We already know. This is what they're saying, what the word means. Because everything, right? This is a word of Greek mythology. Greek mythology. See, I get something else up out of here. Hey, bro, check this one out. Right under what is uh, the Bias Greek mythology is a city in the region of Boedo. I don't know how to say that. In Greece, which provided the setting for various myths and stories. Uh, Cadmus, a Phoenician king, was the mythical founder of the city. The myth has it that after getting advice from the oracle of Delphia, right, he had to follow a cow. He had to follow a cow and build a city wherever the animal, the bull. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So the pronunciation, how you say this word? Thebes. Thebes. That's how you say it. Thebes. Relating to ancient Egypt. Greeks really screwed everything up, man. So it says, and a man falsely thought to have Thebes, but a terrible snake will love Memphis and will devour many things in wars. Mm-hmm. Terrible snake. What is this terrible snake? What is this terrible snake, man? So let's go to the Bible. Let's go to the Bible. Before we get into the apocalypse of Daniel, let's go into the Bible and certain things going to be pointed out. Certain things are going to be pointed out. Now it's a more clear understanding. You know, we're going to let the Spirit of the Most High come over and channel through and guide us, guide His people, and what must be shown, right? That's as far as guidance on this right here, because it's so much, man. It's so much. So, Daniel chapter 4. It's going to be a lot of reading in Daniel. So I'm going to just start at 4. And it says, Nebuchadnezzar the king unto all people, nations, and languages that dwell in all the earth, peace be multiplied unto you. Right? And what I already posted on the book, who Nebuchadnezzar is, he has Hebrew in his blood. From the Legend of the Jews, Nebuchadnezzar is King Solomon's son. All right? So you're going to get the just. You're going to get the just to all of this. And it says, I thought it good to show the signs and wonders that the high power had wrought toward me, right? How great are his signs, and how mighty are his wonders. His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and his dominion is from generation to generation. I, Nebuchadnezzar, was at rest in his mind, was at rest in my house, and flourishing in my palace. I saw a dream which made me afraid, and the thoughts upon my bed and the vision of my head troubled me. Therefore made I a decree to bring in all the wise men of Babylon before me, that they might make known unto me the interpretation of the dream. Now, right off the bat, what you got a similitude of? Don't this story sound very familiar? All the Bible scholars should have this figured out. This story sounds very familiar. Sound like a repeat, like a sequel. Hmm? So what you got going on in Babylon already happened in ancient Egypt. Well, I say, Joseph, how his house, his people were going to go through the same things, same events, very similar to his. So what do we got going on with Daniel? Nebuchadnezzar here is just another pharaoh. You see? He said this. What did he do? Verse 7. This is what he did. After he brought in all the wise men of Babylon, right, to interpret the dream. Then came in the magicians, like Pharaoh did, the astrologers, the Chaldeans, and the soothsayers. And I told the dream before them, but they did not make known unto me the interpretations thereof. But at the last, Daniel came in before me, whose name was Belteshazzar, according to the name of my power, and in whom is the spirit of the holy gods with an S, the holy Elohims, and in Daniel in lies the spirits of the righteous prophets that came before him. Okay. And before him I told the dream, saying, O Belteshazzar, master of the magicians, because I know that the spirit of the holy gods, holy powers, is in thee, and no secret troubled thee. Tell me the vision of my dream that I have seen, in the interpretation thereof. Thus were the vision of my head in my bed, I saw, and behold, a tree in the midst of the earth, and the height thereof was great. Could it be talking about the tallest tree that's in California? Tallest tree that's located, that's on record in Cali? Huh? Yeah. We know what's up. Yeah, we know what's up. We know what's up. Yeah, that tree. The tree grew and was strong, and the height thereof reached unto the heaven, right? And the sight thereof to the end of all the earth. The leaves thereof were fair, and the fruit thereof much. And in it was meat for all. The beasts of the field had shadow under it, and the fowls of the heaven dwelt in the boughs thereof, and all flesh was fed of it. I saw in the visions of my head upon my bed, and behold, a watcher and a holy one came down from heaven. He cried aloud and said thus, hew down the tree and cut off his branches, shake off shake off his leaves and scatter his fruit. Let the beasts get away from under it and the fowls from his branches. Okay. What is Ezekiel 31:12 got to say about this? Ezekiel 31:12. What does it say about this right here? It says, oh, let's start at 11. I have therefore delivered him into the hand of the mighty one of the heathen. You see, it's duality. Yeah, the heathen got a mighty one too. We're going to get up on that. You're going to see a more high definition picture of that mighty one of the heathen. Right? I have therefore delivered him into the hand of the mighty one of the heathen. He shall surely deal with him. I have driven him out for his wickedness. And strangers, right, the terrible of the nations, have cut him off and have left him upon the mountains. And in all the valleys his branches are fallen, and his boughs are broken by all the rivers of the land. And all the people of the earth are gone down from his shadow and have left him. Upon his ruins shall all the fowls of the heaven remain, and all the beasts of the field shall be upon his branches. Isaiah 18:16. Or Salakia, Isaiah 18:6. It says this. Oh, here we go. Now you doing. Come on, man. Come on, man. Here they go. 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 Wait. Now it's your turn, huh, YouTube? Now it's your turn. I'll wait. I'll wait. You done? Can I continue? Goofy, man. For a 4, I'm going to start at 5. Or 4, let me start at 4. For so the Maker said unto me, I will take my rest, and I will consider, right, in my dwelling place like a clear heat upon herbs, and like a cloud of dew in the heat of harvest. For afore the harvest, when the bud is perfect, and the sour grape is ripened in the flower, he shall both cut off the sprigs with pruning hooks, and take away and cut down the branches. They shall be left together unto the fowls of the mountains, and to the beasts of the earth. And the fowls shall summer upon them, and all the beasts of the earth shall winter upon them. In that time shall the present be brought up unto the Maker of hosts, of a people scattered and pleaded, and pilled, right? And pilled, and from a people terrible from the beginning hitherto, a nation meted out and trodden underfoot, whose land the rivers have spoiled, to the place of the name of the Maker of hosts, the Mount Zion. So we catching all those, right? You catching all those? You catching all of those? So let's go back to Daniel and continue. Verse 15, chapter 4. Nevertheless, leave the stump of his roots in the earth, even with a band of iron and brass, in the tender grass of the field, and let it be wet with the dew of heaven, and let his portion be with the beasts in the grass of the earth. Let his heart be changed from man's, and let a beast's heart be given unto him, and let 7 times pass over him. Daniel 11 and 13. Let 7 times pass. For the king of the north shall return, and shall set forth a multitude greater than the former, and shall certainly come after certain years with a great army and with much riches. And in those times there shall many stand up against the king of the south. Also the robbers of thy people shall exalt themselves to establish the vision, but they shall fall. So the king of the north shall come and cast up a mount and take the most fenced cities, and the arms of the south shall not withstand. Neither shall the chosen people, neither shall there be any strength to withstand. But he that cometh against him shall do according, and he shall stand in the glorious land, which by his hand shall be consumed. And he shall also set his face to enter with the strength of his whole kingdom, and upright ones with him. Thus shall he do, and he shall give him the daughter of women, and corrupting her, but she shall not stand on his side, neither before him. After this shall he turn his face unto the isles, and shall take many, but a prince for his own behalf shall cause the reproach offered by him to cease. Without his own reproach, he shall cause it to turn upon him. Then shall he turn his face toward the fort of his own land, but he shall stumble and fall, and not be found. Then shall stand up in his estate a raiser of taxes in the glory of the kingdom. But within few days he shall be destroyed, neither in anger nor in battle. Hmm. 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 Neither in anger nor in battle, because it's going to be annihilation. It's going to be a wipeout. That's what it's going to be. Greater than the former. Right? So, back to the book of Daniel, or we was just in Daniel. Back to chapter 4, right? Verse 17. It says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of man, and give it to whomsoever he will, and set it up over it the basset of man. Right? Psalms 9 and verse 16. Psalms 9 and verse 16. The Maker is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. How he allowed the wicked to do their will, right? But it's like a mind because it's really his will. But it's a strong delusion that get put over them because of the pride. It's a prideful thing. You gotta watch out for that, right? So they snare by their own hands. Saying verse 17 says the wicked shall be turned into hell, and all nations that forget power. See, when you neglect or deny power, you're going to go right along with the wicked. That's where you're going. That is, and they know this, man. They know this. They are well aware of this. They are well aware, man. So let's jump down, right? Let's jump down. And this is why this is the theme of Daniel. I love the book of Daniel. This is the theme of it. Because constantly he's put it into our stubborn ass heads how he moves. And this precept, this constant theme, it precepts with Isaiah 45 and 7. Okay? It precepts with it. Before he says this, let's jump to 25. Let's jump to 25, right? Verse 25, chapter 4. I'm going to start at 24. This is the interpretation, O king, and this is the decree of the Most High, which is come upon my Lord the king, that they shall drive thee from man, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field, and they shall make thee to eat grass as ox, and they shall wet thee with the dew of heaven. And 7 times shall pass over thee, till thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and give it to whomsoever he will. That's 2 accounts. What you want, Big Guy? You good? You good? All right, go sit down. I already know you gotta use that potty. You know how to go. All right. So that's 2, right? Here we go again. And whereas they command to leave the stump of the tree roots, thy kingdom shall be sure unto thee. After that thou shalt have known that the heavens do rule. Let's go to Matthew 21 and 25. Matthew 21 and 25. What does this do? Got to do with the stump of the tree. We're going to break this thing. We're going to go surgical today. 21 and 25. Right? And it reads, the baptism of John, right? The baptism of John, whence was it? From heaven or of man? And the reason they reason with themselves, saying, if we shall say from heaven, he will say unto us, why did ye not then believe him? But if we shall say of man, we fear the people, for all hold John as a prophet. And they answered Yahushua and said, we cannot tell. And he said unto them, neither tell I you, but what authority I do these things. Okay. Okay. 27. Wherefore, O king, let my counsel be acceptable unto thee, and break off thy sins by righteousness, back in the book of Daniel, and thy iniquities by showing mercy to the poor, if it may be a lengthening of thy tranquility. All this came upon the king Nebuchadnezzar. At the end of 12 months, he walked in the palace of the kingdom of Babylon. The king spake and said, is not this great Babylon that I have built for the house of the kingdom by the might of my power, and for the honor of my majesty? See, this is his fall. He was well aware. Power always taught and instruct whoever he sets up. See, this is preceptive with what I just read. For the wicked do what? They destroy themselves with their own hands. Why? What is the main ingredient? Pride. Pride. Pride is how you forget. Pride is how you forget the Most High. Don't let nobody tell you any different. Nobody tell you any different. That pride helps you forget the Most High, not remember him. You put your own blockage in communication, having dialogue with the eternal power when you obtain pride in your heart. So he says, while the word was in the king's mouth, there fell a voice from heaven saying, O King Nebuchadnezzar, to thee it is spoken, the kingdom is departed from thee, and they shall drive thee from man, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field. They shall make thee to eat grass as ox, and 7 times shall pass over thee, until thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of man, and give it to whomsoever he will. That's 3. That's 3. Y'all still there with me, family? Whoever's seeing this, put 7s in, man. Put 7s, 13s, 12s, 4s, whatever number you want to rock with. You see this? This is Isaiah 45 and 7. Clear as day. Man obtained darkness. Man obtained unrighteousness. Man obtained evil. So, of course, he's going to rule in those courts. Through those channels, he still have dominion. Now, is that what he's about? No. This is where most of our people get lost in this. Although it was part of his creation and doing, does this defy him? You see, it's similar to with his people. Although we are labeled, right? Look how the world labeled his people. You see? Look how the world portray righteous acts. All you gotta do is pay attention. It's right in your face. This is how they do the Most High. Why wouldn't they do you the same way? You see? Because of lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge. So you got the own community. You know? Or I would say the same skin folks that demonize this book because they're not knowing how the opposition had the adversary of righteousness operate. They don't know how they move. So due to the lack of that knowledge, this is the easiest thing to do. They demonize it. They demonize it. Right? So let's go. The same hour, let's continue, verse 33. The same hour was the thing fulfilled upon Nebuchadnezzar, and he was driven from man, right? And did eat grass as ox, and his body was wet with the dew of eagles, feathers in his nails like birds, claws. Man, look. I can't stress it enough, man. Legend of the Jews goes into great detail about Nebuchadnezzar. Details that the Bible do not tell you of, but it precepts in the Bible. For what I just read right here, right now, precepts right back to the Bible about King Nebuchadnezzar. 34. And at the end of the days of I, Nebuchadnezzar, lifted up my eyes unto heaven, and my understanding returned unto me. Huh? What'd he say? What'd he say? Why don't these Hebrews be talking about this, man? Why don't they be teaching this? Nebuchadnezzar, heavens, and what? His understanding came back to him. Understanding returned unto me, and I blessed the Most High. I was reading, let's go back to the Legend of the Jews. Right? I was reading in there on Nebuchadnezzar, where it said that the angel, I think it was Gabriel, hit Nebuchadnezzar from praising the Most High, right? Hit Nebuchadnezzar from praising the Most High in the mouth, because his praise would have outdone, right? It would have surpassed David's. It would have surpassed King David's. What? What is it saying right here? What is it saying right here? Come on, man. Come on, man. And why would it? Well, just told you. Who is Nebuchadnezzar again? He's the son of Solomon. So, if he's the son of Solomon, he's the grandson of King David. And I blessed the Most High, and I praised and honored him that liveth forever, whose dominion is an everlasting dominion, and his kingdom is from generation to generation. What do we got going on here? Are y'all catching this sauce? This is what he means when he says he got no power that's next to him, meaning like unto him. For all will bow, all will submit, all will submit to the merciful one, to the Almighty. This is Nebuchadnezzar, man. He put him through that fire. He broke his bones. Man, let me get it, man. I'm gonna precept what just happened with Nebuchadnezzar. What I just read to you, right? Let's get it. Psalms 51, my favorite prayer. My favorite prayer. Psalms 51, verse 8. He says, what? Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which thou hast broken may rejoice. He got to break you down in order to rebuild you. This is a common theme. This is a common act, a repetitive act of power. And yet our people still deny the way that he moves. We are still ignorant to the way that he moves. See the bigger picture. Hide thy face from my sin and blot out all my iniquities. Create in me a clean heart, O power, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Let's jump down. The sacrifices of power are a broken spirit. What did King Nebuchadnezzar, what did he go through? What did the Most High Power bend him and break him? To mold him to a man to be honorable? You prideful Negroes out there, You must be broken to be honorable in the sight of the living. A broken and a contrite heart, O power, thou wilt not despise. Thou wilt not despise. But if you get an ounce of pride, you ain't gonna make the cut, dog. You ain't making the cut. Let's continue. 35. All the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing, and he doeth according to his will in the army of heaven, and among the inhabitants of the earth, and none can stay his hand, or say unto him, what doest thou? Let's finish this, man. This is beautiful, bro. At the same time, my reason returned unto me, and for the glory of my kingdom, my honor and brightness returned unto me, and my counselors and my lords sought unto me, and I saw, and I was established in my kingdom, and excellent majesty was added unto me. Now I, Nebuchadnezzar, praise and exalt and honor the King of heaven. Nebuchadnezzar did what? Come on, man. Come on, man. This is what makes you righteous. This is when you sacrifice unto the living. This is his sacrifice. The king, who is the King of heaven. Come on, man. All whose works are truth, and his ways judgment. And those that walk in pride, he is able to abase. Don't walk in pride, man. Don't walk in pride. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't let no fool tell you any different. Don't do that. So let's go, man. Let's go, man. This is something now that I'm going to jump to. Right. Trying to figure out where it's a good start. Because now we got Belshazzar coming into the steed of his father, right? Coming into the steed of his father. And Daniel was still there in the courts of Babylon. Cast the similitude. Cast the similitude. Where I want to start, man. So it says, then came in all the king's wise men. Once again, now, like father, like son, you know, Belshazzar is going through the same thing as Nebuchadnezzar, right? He didn't learn from the mistakes of his father, right? The king, I'm gonna start at 7. I'm gonna start at wait a minute. I probably gotta start up. Yeah, I gotta start at 5. I gotta start at verse 4, man. Belshazzar the king made a great feast to 1,000 of his lords, and drank wine before the thousands. Belshazzar, while he tasted the wine, commanded to bring the golden and silver vessels, which his father Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple which was in Jerusalem. Vessels. Now are they just talking about cups here? For we are right learners. We observe the past and the records and all what happened, right? So when they came over here to these lands, what happened with the indigenous, right? Not only did the gold and silver and all that get taken over there to what they call the New World, not only did the gold and silver get taken over there, what else got taken over there? What else got taken? These vessels got taken over there. So when you're hearing gold and silver, that's talking about the treasure of the Most High, his people, his children. See, so when you hear commanded to bring the golden and silver, the temple which was in Jerusalem, that the king and his princes, his wives and his concubines might drink therein. What's going on right now? It sounds like cannibalism, doesn't it? Drinking. Variety of metaphors right here. What's going on in the world right now? It's not new under the I've been doing this type of stuff, man. Been doing this type of stuff. Spirit, not color. It's spirit. It's the spirit of nations that behave in such manners of unspeakable wickedness. Then they brought the golden vessels that were taken out of the temple of the house of power, which was at Jerusalem. And the king and his princes, his wives, and his concubines drank in them. You see, they drank wine and praised the gods of gold and of silver, of brass, of iron, of wood, and of stone. In the same hour came forth fingers of a man's hand, and wrote over against the candlestick upon the plaster of the wall of the king's palace. And the king saw the part of the hand that wrote. Then the king's countenance was changed, and his thoughts troubled him, so that the joints of his loins were loose, and his knees smote one against another. The king cried aloud to bring in the astrologers, the Chaldeans, and the soothsayers. And the king spake and said to the wise men of Babylon, whosoever shall read this writing and show me the interpretation thereof shall be clothed with scarlet and have chains of gold about his neck, and shall be the third ruler in the kingdom. What I say they always need. What's the pattern here? How do they get the brothers and sisters to sell out their own? I told you, the adversary of the Most High has a repetitive motion. He doesn't change he doesn't change his moves. He don't change his style of boxing. Same jab. He's coming with the same moves, man. Same moves. Nothing changed. So he offering, just like in Egypt, how the Egyptians offered the Israelites, the Hebrews, gold and silver to keep them distracted. This is another tactic. Dealing with what? Gold and silver. What are our people addicted to? Gold and silver. Money. Money. Then came and all the king's wise men, right? But they could not read the writing, nor make known to the king the interpretation thereof. Then was the king Belshazzar greatly troubled, and his countenance was changed in him, and his lords were astounded or astonished. Right? Now the queen, by reason of the words of the king and his lords, came into the banquet house. And the queen spake and said, O king, live forever. Let not thy thoughts trouble thee, nor let thy countenance be changed. And so we're going to jump down. Oh, no. Let me continue. Salakia. There is a man. All right. There is a man in thy kingdom. This is what the queen is telling Nebuchadnezzar. This is what his queen telling him. There is a man in thy kingdom in whom is the spirit of the holy gods, the holy Elohims. And in the days of thy father, light and understanding and wisdom, like the wisdom of the gods, was found in him, whom the king Nebuchadnezzar, thy father, the king, I say, thy father made master of the magicians, astrologers, Chaldeans, and soothsayers. For as much as an excellent spirit in knowledge and understanding, showing of hard sentences, hard judgments, and dissolving of thoughts, dissolving of doubts, were found in the same Daniel, in whom the king named Belshazzar, not Belshazzar, Belteshazzar, he called, and he will show the interpretation. Then was Daniel and said unto Daniel, art thou that Daniel which art of the children of the captivity of Judah, whom the king my father brought out of Jewry? I have even heard of thee that the spirit of the gods is in thee, and that light and understanding and excellent wisdom is found in thee. And now the wise for me that they should read this writing and make known unto me the interpretation thereof. But they could not show the interpretation, that thou canst make interpretations and dissolve doubts. Now, if thou canst read, thou shalt be clothed with scarlet and have a chain of gold about thy neck, and shall be the third ruler in the kingdom. Then Daniel, this is what Daniel said, answered and said before the king, I don't want none of that mess you're talking about. You see? Oh, not to be bribed. Follow. Let thy gifts be to thyself, and give thy rewards to another. Yet I will read the writing unto the king, and make known to him the interpretation. O thou king, the most high power gave Nebuchadnezzar thy father a kingdom, and majesty, and glory, and honor. And for the majesty that he gave him, all people, nations, and languages trembled and feared before him, whom he would he slew, and whom he kept alive, and whom he would he set up, and whom he would he put down. There you go again. All right, it's saying it in a different way, but it's the same thing. Same thing. But when his heart was lifted up and his mind hardened in pride, he was disposed from his kingly throne, and they took his glory from him. And he was driven from the sons of man, and his heart was made like the beast, and his dwelling was with the wild asses that fed him with grass like ox. And his body was wet with the dew of heaven, till he knew that the Most High Power ruled in the kingdom of man, and that he appointed over it whomsoever he will. And thou, his son, O Belshazzar, hast not humbled thy heart, though thou knewest all this. What I tell you with the similitude. Remember Pharaoh's son? So you see a repetitive motion. For there is nothing new under the sun. See the same thing happening over and over again. Same damn thing. Same thing, man. You knew what you was in the clear. There ain't nothing you didn't know. Your father told you these things. For the Most High broke him. And you fall under that bloodline of a Hebrew. My power, not the power of confusion. He says he only dealt, right? With this nation. Not the power of confusion, nor do he lie. So this is a Hebrew. Look at reality. Do we not carry such pride? It's right here in real time. In real time. Do we not carry such pride, man? We ain't that blind not to see it. Come on, man. (23) But has lifted up thyself against the maker of heaven, and they have brought the vessels of his house, you see, before thee, and thou and thy lords, thy wives and thy concubines have drunk wine in them. And thou hast praised the gods of silver and gold, of brass, iron, wood, and stone, which see not, nor hear, nor know, and the power in whose hand thy breath is, and whose are all thy ways hast thou not glorified. So, who ready to go real deep? Who ready? Salaki, let me pause real quick. Who ready? Huh? Who ready to go real deep? I'm really about to take you down the rabbit hole. Really about to take you down that rabbit hole. Who's still there? Who ready to go? I see two on the book. I see 2 on the 2. Oh, now I dropped down to 1. Let's precept this thing, man. Let's precept this real quick. All right. Let's precept this. Watch this. So go with me to Jeremiah 10 and 5. Jeremiah 10 and 5. Says this. Mm-hmm. Let's start at 1. Let's start at 1. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1 on down. Hear ye the word which the Maker speaketh unto you, O house of Yasharallah, the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fastened it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. Catch the metaphor, man. Catch the metaphor. What was nailed into a cross? Come on, man. What was nailed into a cross? They are upright as the palm tree. Verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must need be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. I'm going to read it again, and then we're going to go to Psalms 115 and 5. So we're back at Daniel chapter 5, verse 23. But has lifted up thyself against the Maker of heaven, and they have brought the vessels of his house before thee, and thou and thy lords and thy wives and thy concubines have drunk wine in them, and thou hast praised the gods of silver and gold, of brass, iron, wood, and stone, which see not, nor hear, nor know. And the God, right, in whose hand thy breath is, in whose are all thy ways, hast thou not glorified. 15 and 5. Psalms 115 and 5. For their idols are silver and gold, the work of man's hand. They have mouths, but they speak not. Eyes they have they, see not. They have ears, but they hear not. Noses have they, but they smell not. They have hands, but they handle not. Feet, have they, but they walk not, neither speak they through their throat. They that make them are like unto them. So is everyone that trusted in them. Who made? Who's responsible for the unrighteous? O Israel, trust thou in the Maker. Let me go back up to 8. They that make them are like unto them. So it is everyone that trusted in them. See 135, 135 and 8. What it say? Psalms 135 and 8. What it say? Or 135 and 18, Salaki. They that make them are like unto them, so is everyone that trusted in them. And once again, it repeats the same thing. It repeats the same thing. So, what is this? What are these idols? Once again, let's see with our spiritual eyes, for it is right in front of our grill. Idols. Dumb idols. See, so many people get frustrated and mad. And say, let's use Michael Jordan. Oh, he never did nothing for the black community, man. He never did nothing. But LeBron James, he did nothing for the community. Both of them concerning the Most High power will be like unto dumb idols. For they have eyes, but they see not. They have mouths, but they speak not truth. They have feet, but they walk not in the path of righteousness. For all their ways are vain. And they do no servitude towards the living. They only work for the dead. So in real time, you're having these scriptures being played out. And yet the audacity and the ignorance of our people still can't see it in plain sight. Due to the pride of their hearts. let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. But then Daniel get appointed, you know, he get praise. Okay. So what you got? Daniel 7, 7 and 8. Daniel 7 and 8 now is what we're gonna jump to. Daniel 7 and 8 now is what we're gonna jump to. Oh, okay. Go with this. All right. Okay, I see three still in here. I still see three up in here. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, yes, yeah, he'll rise. Yeah. Uh huh. Deity means God. Mm-hmm. Other than the Most High. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There we go, bro. Now, and let me continue now. Oh, okay, okay, okay. All right. You grown now. Chapter 7. Chapter 7. I'm trying to get to the apocalypse of Daniel. That's my goal now. This is gonna really break, you know, this stuff down in the book of Daniel. in the Bible. Okay. Okay, so it's saying in the first year of Belshazzar, Daniel broke down the dream of his, right? So it's going over it again. And Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of heaven strove upon the great sea. And four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another. Okay. And they give you Revelations 13:1. So let's get it. Revelations 13:1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Most ain't gonna like this. Most ain't gonna like this. Okay. The first was like a lion and had eagle's wings. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth, and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. And behold, another beast, a second like to a bear, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in the mouth, and the mouth of it between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, Arise, devour much flesh. After this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl. The beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. Okay. 7. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped in the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of men, and a mouth speaking great things. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. Shh. Shh. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands of thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were opened. I beheld then, because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake, I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed, and given to the burning flame. As concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season in time. I saw in the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, And they brought him near before him, and there was given him dominion, glory, in a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages shall serve him. His dominion is everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, in his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. Now, this is the great confusion amongst the people. We are going to break this in sunder into ashes by the power of the living, by the Almighty. We will break this confusion, this great confusion, by the Almighty power in his will. Listen carefully to the words that are being spoken. He said he saw what? I saw in the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man, not the Son of God. Is my power the power of confusion? Or do we just lack knowledge and understanding? Which one is it? I know my power is not the power of confusion. So there's only one solution. There's only one option. It is we that lack. That's why that metaphor hits deep. When he says, Psalms 115 and 5, Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 5, they have mouths but can't speak. They have eyes but cannot see. They have ears but cannot hear. Because he hasn't placed his spirit upon them. This right here, it's going to be a greater breakdown in the Apocalypse of Daniel. Son of Man. The Messiah of David. Third book of Enoch. The one that came and made war with the saints. You see, this is how, it's not the power of confusion. In Daniel chapter 3, verse 25, he says this. 24, I'm going to start. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astounded, right? And rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. Yeah, we did that. He answered and said, lo, I see 4 men. We're going to get it. I see 4 men. I'm going to share it on a book for y'all. The 4 men that he saw was Joshua. That was the 4th man that he saw. And who is Joshua? Preceptors and Legend of the Jews. He says, I see 4 men loose walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the fourth is like the Son of God, not the Son of Man, but the Son of God. You see? So, let's go over this again. What in the sheezy fneezy do you got? What do you got? You give him a cookie. He got in those cookies you saved, Deuce. Oh, boy. Cookie Monster, man. Yeah, look at his face. He didn't put away those cookies. Now you got crumbs all over the floor, dude. You got cookies all on your bed, my guy. Yo, this is hard. Salakia. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe it. You just can't leave cookies alone, man. Did you do enough with them this morning? All right, now you gotta give me your face. Your hands. Nice going, pal. This what you do. This what you do when I bring you out. That's how you feel? You naughty, bro. He got into the cookies again. Well, all right. So back without Salakia, back at it. All right. He says this, right? I saw in the night vision. I just told you, Son of God, Daniel chapter 3, 25. Nebuchadnezzar saw the Son of God. So who's the Son of Man being spoken of right here? You see? I saw in the night vision. It's time to break from the spell. It's time to wake the hell up. Wake up. I saw in the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven and came to the Ancient of Days. And they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion, glory, in a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. Huh? Who is this? Now, why Paul said everlasting? Because it seems like everlasting, right? All we've been knowing is who? Who kingdom is this? See, the trick is they give you the story that, he died, he hung on the cross. So it makes it seem like it's not, no, that's how he won. That's how he won. That's how he won. We've been in the kingdom of Jesus Christ. We've been in that kingdom. Seal portion. Let's precept this with the seal portion in a chapter where it talks about the conversation that Lucifer has with the Most High, asking him to give him power. How would he prove his righteousness without the Most High's power? How would he prove that he's right? That his righteousness is true. This was the conversation. If you know the chapter that I'm talking about in this seal portion, you know. This precepts with that. Right here. So he gave him what? What land was given unto that false prophet? Who came to these lands talking about a different Yahweh Shah? Put it all together, put it all together, put it all together. He might change the weather. Got to put it all together, man. Who came to these lands talking about a different Yahweh Shah? Who did this? I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit. Why would he be grieved in his spirit? Why would he be grieved in his spirit if it was the Son of God? Got to read with understanding. He was grieved in his spirit. In the midst of my body. And the vision of my head troubled me. Why? I came near unto one of them that stood and asked him the truth of all of this. So he told me and made me know the interpretation of things. These great beasts, which are four kings, which shall arise out of the earth. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever. Okay? Then I know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all the others, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron, and his nails of brass, which devoured, break in pieces, and stamped the residue with his feet. And the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes, and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. So, wait a minute. Sounds familiar. gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. More stout than his fellows. Like how Yahweh Shai's figure was more stout than his fellows. His stature, his build, how gigantic he was. I beheld the same. I beheld, here it is right here. I beheld in the same horn made war with the saints. In the same horn made war with the saints. In the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them until the Ancient of Days came and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. There's only one prophecy that didn't happen yet. It's the saints possessing the kingdom. This prophecy already happened that they try to give to you in Revelations. What Daniel is seeing and talking about, what's been shown unto Daniel, has already transpired. The genocide already happened. The American Holocaust already happened. The war on the saints already happened. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first. And he shall subdue 3 kings. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. And wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hands until a time and times and the dividing of time, but the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is everlasting kingdom. And all dominion shall serve and obey him. One has already transpired. Yeah. One has already transpired. I send you that, Scotty, man. Yeah, I'm gonna put that on the book, man. Yeah, once I get done, I'm gonna put it on the book. That precept that I shared with you and sis from the Legend of the Jews, saying how Joshua was there in the flames. One is the Son of God, one is the Son of Man. The Son of Man has been reigning this entire time. Look at his work. The whole world knows Jesus Christ. He conquered over there first with the Crusades. And then came over here. This is why you find in the Bible, see, they tricked you. They bamboozled you. Because the words that they say is Jesus Christ is actually Yahweh Shai. For he said unto us, when they come speaking another Jesus, meaning when they come speaking another me, they put Jesus in there because they took away from the Bible and added to the Bible. Be aware of Satan's devices. He mocks. And yet we still don't get this, man. We still don't get this. He came in his name, speaking great things. A so-called, this is why we over here stress, get off the colored shit. Because white people did not make Jesus Christ. They didn't make him. They didn't make the story of Jesus Christ. They made the story of Jesus Christ, which is true. His record is true. That's how he was able to defeat the saints. We forgot the king that was given to us. So what came in the stead? What happened when power turned his back? What happened? Why did he turn his back? I just read it all. We're going to continue on this, man, because I got to go through 8. Yet still, we still can't look in the damn mirror. Who created the adversary? Who created him? It was you. We asked for him. But we want to blame the Most High. We want to point our finger at everybody else. When we had the power. We want to blame everybody else. Why? Because pride. Because pride. No wonder why he been ruling over us for so damn long. Until we wake up and stop giving them power. Oh, it was Jesus, man. Yeah, it was Jesus, man. Yeah, Jesus, man. We then came up with Jesus. White people then came up with Jesus. Or you got now, the black community that's understanding, waking up to understanding that we are the indigenous, we are the so-called Indians of this country, of this land. Yet and still, what do we do? Deuce, no. Why are you pouring with that water? Yet and still we say, oh man, the Bible, that's against us, man. That's why I called it two-edged sword. Because what did he say? I beheld in the same horn made war with the saints. So like his evil twin, Yahushai's evil twin, the unrighteous, huh? What did Elijah say? What did I bring to you out of the story of Elijah? For when the bull, he made the bull talk, he did something that the priest couldn't do, and Elijah made the bull talk. And in the bull, one was a representation of righteousness. The other one was made to defile, to dishonor the name of the Most High, to speak blasphemy. Both of them was in the womb at the same time, meaning what? They were twins. Now, don't you even cry. Don't you even do it, Bigfoot. You see? And the same made war with the saints. Because why? We're doing the same thing right now. We are saying we are gods, and there is no one that can defy us. You didn't earn that back, Negroes. Y'all didn't earn that back. If you know that your righteousness is as filthy rags, you didn't earn that back. That haven't been given to you yet. Fall in line. Do your servitude unto the Most High. Don't do your will, you perform his. How you think we got into this situation to begin with? By going off script and doing our own will. Come on, man. And thus who came? It's going to be a continuation on this two-edged sword, man. It's going to be a continuation. It's going to be a continuation. Because I got to give y'all this apocalypse of Daniel. And I'm going to finish off with Daniel chapter 8 and then go into the apocalypse of Daniel. And we're going to break this thing down thoroughly. Because y'all ignorant Negroes are going to be held without excuse, man. Y'all going to be held without excuse. You Gentiles are going to be held without excuse. All you nations are going to be held without excuse. Know that I'm speaking to myself as well. That's why I'm studying. Hope this lesson been edifying. Until next time. Until next time. Giving all praises, glory, and honor to where it is due. To the Heavenly Father. And to his beloved and only begotten Son, our King. To the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, our eternal mother. And to the great prince that stands for the people, the great guardian, Michael. Shalom, beautiful children of the true and living power. Much love and respect. Shalom. Shalom.